Okay, good day. This is Math 130, Introduction to Statistics. I'm Professor McCauley, and this is lesson number 2, Types of Data. Let's get right to it. Oops, that's not right. There we go. This is lesson number 2. We're going to talk about types of data. So our learning goals, we're going to be able to distinguish between qualitative data and quantitative data. And we are going to classify data with respect to the 4 levels of measurement: nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio. So let's define these things and do a few examples. First off, definition or types of data. We've got qualitative data, and that's going to consist of attributes, labels, or non-numerical entries. Qualitative data consists of numerical measurements or counts. Continuous data can be measured along the real numbers, and discrete data can be measured with integers only. So let's do an example and see if we can figure out what these things are. So our first example is freshman class has 142 students. Sophomore class has 152 students. The junior class has 137 students, and the senior class has 129 students. If the following table is formed, which data are qualitative and which data are quantitative? Well, as a solution here, let's get the right pen. There we go. As a solution, the class is qualitative as it labels. Oops, not label. L-A-B-E-L. L-A-B-E-L. As it labels the classes, but does not contain numerical data. And number of students is quantitative, Q-U-A-N-T-I-T-A-T-I-V-E, because it contains numerical data. All right, let's move on. Some more definitions. There are 4 levels of measurement. I had to fit it on 2 pages, so that's why there's only 2 here. Nominal level of measurement is qualitative data only. Data at this level are categorized using names, labels, or quantities. No mathematical computations may be made at this level. Ordinal level of measurement, data may be qualitative or quantitative. Data at this level of can be arranged in order or ranked, but differences between data entries are not meaningful. Interval level of measurement. This data can be ordered, and meaningful differences can be between data entries can be calculated. At the interval level, 0 entry simply represents a position on the scale, and the entry is not an inherent 0. The ratio level of measurement, similar to interval level of data, with the added property that 0 measurement is inherently 0. A ratio of 2 data entries can be formed so that one data entry can be meaningfully expressed as a multiple of the other. So really what we got to talk about here is this concept of inherently 0 and what that means. So let's go down here. Quantities with positional 0. Temperature has positional 0, and for the most part, if we're talking, at least if we're talking Celsius, not Fahrenheit, with Celsius, we said the positional 0 because 0 is when water freezes on Celsius. But we can have values that are beneath that, minus 10 degrees does still mean something. The second example that I have for positional 0 is the year 2019. Year has positional 0. We randomly picked a value didn't randomly pick one, but we picked one based on a certain concept of what we call year zero, but certainly there was time before that. Quantities with inherent zero, like weight, if you have zero weight, there is no weight there. Monetary value, if you have $0, there is no monetary value. You are broke. So let's finish off with an example here. Let's name the level of measurement of the following data. So we've got highest grade level completed, we've got gender, we've got year of graduation, and we've got number of years at a job. So first, highest grade level completed. That is going to be ordinal because clearly we can arrange this data in order, but we really can't have a whole lot of differences between those data entries. The second one here, gender, is going to be nominal. And gender just names a person. But we can't make any calculations based on that, and it is certainly not qualitative. Year of graduation, we kind of talked about that before. That is going to be interval, because year of graduation doesn't have inherent zero, whereas this last one is going to be ratio, because number of years at a job, you can say that I have 0 years at the job, and that's not positional. That actually has a value of 0, and if you were to have like 1 year at the job and your coworker has 5 years at a job, you can say that that person certainly has been there for 5 times as long as you have. So that one was a fairly short one. That's all I got for this particular lesson here. So we are to our Marvel fun fact of the day. Edward Norton played the Hulk in 2008 in The Incredible Hulk, but was replaced by Mark Ruffalo for various reasons in the first Avengers movie, even though they are technically the same character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This being the great Edward Norton, and this being the very funny but serviceable Mark Ruffalo. And this was the first Incredible Hulk movie. That's all I got for today, folks. Have a good day. Bye.